Hello everyone and welcome to English Today Journey. I am very happy that you are here with me today. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe so you can receive daily English tips and simple ideas. Emotional or sensational content triggers strong reactions. People click, share, and comment almost instinctively. And social media algorithms reward this behavior, not because it's accurate, but because it captures attention. By the time fact-checkers try to correct false claims, those claims have often already reached thousands, sometimes millions of people. The damage is done before the truth even has a chance to appear. Connected to this environment is the phenomenon known as cancel culture. Cancel culture happens when someone is publicly shamed, boycotted, or removed from a community because of something they said or did. At its heart, this is about accountability, the desire to hold people responsible for harmful actions. But online, it often turns into a form of digital mob justice. Instead of conversation, reflection, or genuine growth, people are reduced to a single mistake, a single post, or a single moment. Labels are applied instantly, judgment comes quickly, and the complexity of human life is ignored. The truth that people are messy, flawed, and capable of learning and change gets lost in the process. These patterns don't just stay online. They spill into the real world. They shape how people vote, how governments make decisions, how communities treat each other, and how public debates unfold. At the center of this problem is tribalism. Instead of aligning with ideas, people begin to align with sides. It becomes us versus them. In this environment, empathy is often seen as weakness. Listening with an open mind becomes rare. The goal is no longer understanding, learning, or dialogue. It is to win. And when winning is all that matters, conversation loses its purpose. Discussions no longer aim to find common ground or uncover truth. Instead, they are battles where emotion and outrage outweigh reason and nuance. People talk past each other, shout at each other, and retreat further into their own groups. The middle ground disappears. Differences are magnified, and the ability to relate to others diminishes. Even small disagreements can escalate into large conflicts, fueled by algorithms designed to amplify strong reactions and engagement. This cycle of misinformation, outrage, cancel culture, and tribalism is not just an online problem. It reshapes how we see each other, how we behave, and how society functions. It changes the way public discussions happen, the way communities interact, and the way ideas spread. The challenge for anyone navigating this world is enormous, but not impossible. Awareness is the first step. By noticing these patterns and understanding the forces that amplify them, we can start to step back, question the narratives we see, and resist the pressure to automatically take sides. We can choose to think critically, listen deeply, and act thoughtfully. Small steps matter. Choosing to pause before sharing, questioning a story before reacting, and seeking out multiple perspectives are ways to reclaim some control. In a world that rewards outrage, taking a moment for reflection is revolutionary. It's how we protect our minds, our communities, and even our ability to connect as humans beyond the screens. So what can we do? Are we trapped in these digital silos, only hearing voices that echo our own beliefs? Or is there a way to step outside the bubble? The answer is yes, there is a way. And it begins with awareness and making small, intentional choices. The next time you scroll through your feed, pause and ask yourself, am I learning something new here, or am I only seeing what I already believe? Am I being informed, or am I simply being reinforced in my own thinking? Do I know if this post is true, or am I sharing it just because it made me feel something? Instead of rushing to react, take a moment to pause. Instead of reposting sensational content, check the facts first. Instead of blocking every opposing view, challenge yourself to read at least one thoughtful perspective from the other side. You don't have to agree with it, but letting it stretch your thinking will make your mind stronger and your understanding broader. Social media is incredibly powerful. It shapes how we see the world and influences the way societies function. but at its core, it is still just a tool. It is neither purely good nor purely bad. What matters is how we use it and how aware we are of its influence on us. When we choose to engage with curiosity instead of defensiveness, with patience instead of outrage, we can bring nuance, empathy, and dialogue back into our online spaces. And when we do this, it doesn't just change our digital world, it can also change our real one. Behind the screens, there is a business running quietly but powerfully. Every time you scroll, tap, like, or share, you are participating in something bigger than a moment of entertainment or connection. Social media is not just a platform for self-expression or keeping up with friends. It is a business built on what is called the attention economy. Your attention is the currency. It is the most valuable resource you have online. Every second you spend watching a video, reading a post, or pausing on an image is measured, tracked, and analyzed. Algorithms use this information to keep you engaged, showing you content that keeps your eyes glued to the screen. The goal of these platforms is not to inform, educate, or even entertain you for your benefit. The goal is to capture your attention as long as possible. That attention is what advertisers pay for. It drives profits, shapes trends, and influences behaviors. This is why the feeds feel addictive, why outrage spreads faster than calm discussion, and why you often feel like you can't look away. It's carefully designed to keep you engaged, often at the cost of your mental clarity, focus, and even emotional well-being. Understanding this is not meant to make you feel powerless. On the contrary, it gives you the power to make conscious choices. Awareness is the first step. When you realize how the system works, you can decide how much attention you give, how you interact, and what you allow into your mind. You can pause, reflect, and choose to use social media intentionally rather than passively. You can step outside the cycle of automatic reactions and start engaging in ways that are meaningful, thoughtful, and even restorative. In the end, the goal is simple but profound. Reclaim your attention, protect your mental space, and choose your interactions with intention. By doing so, you not only reshape your online experience, you also strengthen your mind, your empathy, and your ability to connect with others in the real world. Social media can then serve you rather than the other way around. Every second you spend looking at your screen, every post you scroll past, every video you watch or abandon, feeds a vast ecosystem built on data and profit. The longer you stay on a platform, the more ads you see. The more you interact, liking, commenting, sharing, the more valuable you become. In this system, you're not really the customer. You are the product. You've probably heard the phrase before, if the product is free, you are the product. But have you ever stopped to think about what that truly means? Every like you give, every video you pause on, every post you skip or linger on becomes a piece of data. These tiny actions are collected, analyzed, and turned into a profile that the platform uses to predict your behavior, often in ways you don't even realize yourself. Over time, the algorithm learns what grabs your attention, what makes you feel something, and what keeps you coming back. The feed you see feels personalized, almost as if it knows you better than you know yourself. But the goal isn't to make your life better or more meaningful. The goal is to keep you hooked, to keep you scrolling, liking, and watching just long enough to see more ads. Every interaction, every moment of attention, is part of a carefully designed system. Scholars call this surveillance capitalism. It's a business model where companies profit by collecting, analyzing, and selling your personal data. It sounds invasive, and it is, but it's wrapped in sleek design, convenience, and endless entertainment. Most of us don't notice how this works. The apps are useful, entertaining, and seemingly harmless. But think for a moment. Have you ever ended up buying something you didn't plan to buy, simply because it kept appearing in your feed? You scroll past it at first. Then you see it again. And again. After a while, it feels almost natural to click. That isn't coincidence. It's the system at work, using psychology, repetition, and data to influence your impulses. And it goes far beyond shopping. These platforms shape what we pay attention to, what we worry about, and even how we think about ourselves and the world. They guide our moods, our beliefs, and sometimes even our decisions, without us realizing it. Every notification, every trending post, every recommended video is designed to capture your attention, the most valuable resource in the digital world. Your focus is what drives the business, and the more focused it can keep you, the more powerful the system becomes. This doesn't mean social media is evil or that we should reject it entirely, but it does mean we need to become aware of how it works. Understanding the ways it manipulates attention, emotions, and behavior gives us a choice. We can decide how to engage, what to ignore, and how to protect our mental and emotional space. We can pause before scrolling, question before sharing, and reclaim our time and focus for things that truly matter. Awareness is the first step toward freedom in a world designed to capture your every second. Social media platforms don't just sell products, they also sell influence. Political campaigns, social movements, corporate agendas, and countless other initiatives all flow through the same monetized channels. Whoever pays the most, or sparks the strongest emotional reaction, gets the most visibility. And what kind of content spreads the fastest? Rarely is it thoughtful, reflective, or careful content. Instead, it is the content that triggers strong emotions, outrage, fear, excitement, or anger. The algorithm is designed to reward these emotions, especially negative ones, because they keep people glued to their screens. Over time, this shapes society in subtle but powerful ways. Instead of being guided by what we truly need to know, our attention is steered by what keeps us clicking. Our conversations, our news, and even our beliefs become shaped by emotion-driven content rather than reason or reflection. Behavioral economics offers a concept called choice architecture. This is the idea that the way choices are presented to us strongly influences the decisions we make. Social media platforms are master architects. Every aspect, the design of your feed, the timing of notifications, the placement of ads, is carefully tested, refined, and optimized to capture your attention and guide your behavior. Nothing about it is random. What seems like casual scrolling is actually participation in one of the most powerful business models of our time. These platforms are designed to increase your screen time and keep you engaged for as long as possible. Every notification, suggested post, or video recommendation is intentionally placed to guide your behavior, often without you realizing it. On the surface, scrolling through posts, watching videos, or reacting to memes seems